Will get us underway as he blows his whistle. It is the visitors, AmaZulu in the green shirts. Inyonga eluhlasana. They're wearing white shorts this afternoon, and of course the home side in orange and black, attacking the goals to the left of your picture.
That's the youngster Zikali. He's just made his first touch.
Now then, Zamene, an ever-present, in fact, the only Polokwane City man who has featured in all of their matches this season, all 20 of their matches this season. And he will be he'll keep the AmaZulu defenders busy down this left-hand side. There he is, already in the wars. And it's a throw-in. Wangikose Zamene.
The thrower.
See what Tongwe then is the man with a long throw. Look at that. Gets a lot of height on it. AmaZulu clear their lines. They've got Phillies there who gets a touch again. He's a big man, is Tariq Phillies. And the two, actually, they're two centre backs, both towering figures. And the other being Sandile Mthethwa.
Guess Matogolo there, stepping on to Ngwe. Lost his first touch, obviously, is what let him down, and he has to dive in and try and slow down the movement of Ngwe.
Atini Magolo operates down this right-hand side. To the edge of the box. Hammered towards the goal by Ramavu, but too many bodies in front of him. Space opening up in the middle of the park here for AmaZulu. Slangabeza laying it back. Mthethwa with the ball over the top. Something for Hanamub to chase. Hanamub wears the captain's armband these days for Lesotho. And then maybe an international loses out. Now it's a turn of Polokwane City to attack with Chigweta. Tavelo Chigweta, formerly of Black Leopards. Cross coming in. Black Leopards, his former club, languishing at the bottom of the Mutsipe Foundation Championship. And worrying times indeed for Black Leopards.
I know we haven't seen much of Zikali, but let me tell you, I've seen just glimpses of his ability in that middle of the park. He's obviously along Slangabeza, and you'll be encouraged to know that he certainly is a rare type of a breed in as far as the type of players. He's both defensive and offensive, so it's more like an 8 or box. Call him a box-to-box. For his age, though, he's assuming quite a lot of responsibility. There he is as he picks up the ball here in front of the back four.
Down the line by Hanamub. Just a bit too much on it there for Ekstein to chase down. 8 goal involvements this season for Hendrik Ekstein. 5 goals and 3 assists. And as I said, it's the first season in the PSL for him that he's reached the 5-goal mark. AmaZulu's current top scorer is out injured. Etsikwenya, who it turns out had been misdiagnosed in terms of his injury. And well, the bad news is that he may well be out for the rest of the season, William Shaw.
Yeah, indeed. And obviously a lot of people are expecting maybe he'll make the national team squad, which he has made before. He is coming up is the international break, but that must be forgotten. He's nowhere near it, and like you said, most probably they're doing a scan actually tomorrow to catch up with the extent of the injury, and then they'll be able to make a short situation of how long it's going to be. But right now, but even worse, Johnson is out for 8 months with an ACL injury, if we're to give you any other updates.
That's Darren Johnson, the goalkeeper, and that's why Mzimela, Oluwatu Mzimela continues in goal. This is his fourth match in a row that he has started in goal in the Betway Premiership. And that's, of course, since Johnson out injured. Richard Ofori had a look in, but things didn't go so well in the games that he appeared in.
But a bit more as well is with the low block that Polokwane are playing for the most part when they don't have the ball. They're looking at Mzimela, who has the ability to come up with better distribution, to try and bypass that middle, to set AmaZulu into the front foot.
That's Mutuza there, Adrian Mutuza, the Zimbabwean, who was signed as a free agent. He came in, was signed in December. He was originally headed for Black Leopards. There you see him fouling with the foul. Mutuza was meant to be signed by Leopards, was linked with Leopards, but Polokwane City snapped him up. The free kick then for Lesotho. He scored 3 goals from free kicks of AmaZulu. This is ball in from Hannibal, half-hearted appeals for like a handball, but nothing doing. And we've got it back to AmaZulu, Thesiana Hlangabeza, and Feliz Hlangabeza.
Developed nicely, Hlangabeza, but these last 2 seasons that I've seen him, and now he's become very solid in that center. He's an out-and-out 6, but given the opportunity, he can play as an 8 as well.
Formerly with Durban City, but he has played 16 matches, made 16 appearances this season for Lesotho. It shows you how well he's settled in to the side. As Athazwane Tentrapawani was called in his playing days, a tricky winger. He was an old-fashioned winger that used to hug the touchline and get chalk on his boots, as they used to call it. He was very tricky player, skillful.
Tricky plus quick as well.
Younger brother, he had a younger brother, or he has a younger brother who was a centre-back. Remember Ivan Zwane?
I think he played for Tanda, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and he has gone by. I mean, he's played for his hometown club, Tembisa Classic.
Yeah.
It's where he got, I think he made his PSL debut, Ivan. Tall, gangling figure. Long, there's a ball to chase again. This time again too long. For Eckstein, they're really asking too much of him with some of his passes. Eckstein, 35 years old now.
That's why you can expect him to run that fast. But I think for me, he's matured with age, whereby he's found his range.
The last 2 seasons for me have been his best in the PSL. He really has been impressive. Yeah.
Yes.
4 goals in 23 appearances last season. He surpassed that with 5 goals in 20. There's appeals for a handball from the Polokwane City players. It's gone for a corner. Hlangabeza. Actually, they were appealing for the corner and they got the corner. I think some were thinking a penalty there. He did brush up against his body with his arms to his side, which is why it was never going to be a penalty. As Ramavu lines up the corner. No Matuludi for those set pieces today. Chance to fire one in there, blocked by Keegan Allen. This is a very good start from Polokwane City. They've been on the front foot, putting pressure on AmaZulu.
the plan, from what I've seen for most of the time as Polokwane City, talking to the coach, he always looks to want to score early, and that kind of allows his team to settle down and play to a normal game. Right now, there's always a bit of tension and stress to the team because they know when they do concede, they don't normally bounce back well.
Spoke about the previous meetings against very tightly, because this is their third meeting, by the way, this season. Polokwane City won away from home with Bulelani Negani scoring the winner there, and there was a penalty. And then AmaZulu beat them in the Nedbank Cup in the last 32 in the first round of the Nedbank Cup this season. So City are looking to complete the double, while AmaZulu are looking to avoid being beaten home and away. Only one other side has beaten them home and away. They've done the double over them. That's Mamelodi Sundowns.
Remember the game Polokwane City won away? They played here against Golden Arrows, if I'm not mistaken, and they drew. And then they went on to win away, which was a bit of a surprise result, having faltered badly here. That game they didn't really do well at all at home. And then we talked to Arthur, he says they had so many chances that they should have scored from that game.
A bit too long for Ramabu as the most advanced player in orange. Zimela made sure to get there first.
Stringing the passes in that middle, Mututa. Just helping City to just play the game better in being, not just being able to throw it forward and losing position like they've just done right now. And so he wants to play. You can see he comes from a situation where he plays a bit more. So they need to understand his ability and see if they can help him develop his game better from that middle.
Making quite a bit of noise at the Polokwane City fans in their bright orange shirts. Polokwane City, who have won only 3 of their 10 home games, drawn 6, but they also don't lose many games here. They've lost once in 10 matches at home. And they're also unbeaten in their last 5 matches versus AmaZulu. They won 2 and drawn 3. Haven't lost to AmaZulu since the 2019-2020 season. And that's their only loss in 11 against AmaZulu. So it's a side, even Arthur Zwane referred to it, that they've had real difficulties against AmaZulu over the years, and that's continued even into his tenure, into Arthur Zwane's tenure.
Some of the problems, I think, as a coach, I'm looking at the situation with Arthur Zwane, who's brought in so many young stars. And I guess the accommodation for management is the fact that he's building a team. Yeah, he came last season and maybe didn't do as well as he's looking right now. He's done a little bit better than we've seen from last. So, but even better is that come next season, this team will be way better than this.
Long range shots. Mzimela makes a good, comfortable catch, well positioned. Olwetu Mzimela, that's just 24 years old, a young goalkeeper. Not the tallest either,
but very agile.
Very agile. I mean, that's what you lack in size in terms of height. You should make up for in mobility and agility. Makes me think of goalkeepers like one that you've worked with in your coaching young goalkeepers. Sherwin Naika was a slightly built goalkeeper, but was very agile. Shot from range, Manuel Kambala trying to produce a little bit of magic here. Not your most likely source of a goal, it must be said. He doesn't get many, Manuel Kambala. And I'm not going to even mention his most famous goal.
No, don't even go there.
He hit that well. Just a little bit.
Laces.
It wasn't dipping enough.
But the opportunity there is what triggered him to take the shot. There was no immediate press from AmaZulu at the time, and that shows an intelligent player that sees the situation and then reacts according to what is being provided in front of him.
Olo's ball is cut out by Ngwe, and Ngwe gets the return on his bike. Is slow Ngwe, just too heavy there, but running onto it is Ramabu. Good football, Polokwane City. Disappointing ball now from Ramabu, who had done so well to get there, to make something of that ball from Ngwe.
First is there was one player in that box, and for him to take it so high without even looking, maybe a cutback where there was a flood of orange shirts coming through, that would have been a better option.
Mapangule. Ngwe. This is the 16th meeting between these two sides since the 2013-2014 season, when Polokwane City first gained promotion to the top flight. Of course, they've been relegated before and made their way back up. So in those previous 15 meetings between these sides, Polokwane City have an edge in the head-to-head with a 5. They lead 5-3 in terms of wins. There have been 7 draws. And as I said, AmaZulu have not beaten Polokwane City in 5 recent meetings. Their last win against Polokwane City was 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, I beg your pardon, in 2020, February 2020 was the last time AmaZulu beat Polokwane City in the Betway Premiership. Got the better of them in the Nedbank Cup this season, but in the league, it's been 6 years. That's a long time. Tarek Phillips. You can see there's a back 3 there for AmaZulu. And then the 2 wing backs being Hana Mubo, operating down the left-hand side.
And Hadebe.
And Hadebe.
There he is.
Hadebe, who's been fantastic. He has been an ever-present Hadebe, the only player who's featured in all 21 matches that AmaZulu have played. Next best, Sandile Mthethwa with 20. Kawolo. 16, they're backing off him. Invite. And he just puts away a disappointing pass as a Polokwane City player down. Is it Mapangule or?
I think it's Rapadu or Zamini between the two.
No, it looks. No, it's not Lameni. Lameni is on his feet, and I think it's Ndamlelo Mapangule, Rodney Mapangule. Yeah, it is Mapangule.
Yes. Hard man in that middle.
Shame, poor guy is not getting the magic spray. They're just giving him good old-fashioned water. I think he's a little bit winded. That's all. Nothing too serious. And referee says he must go off. and will be invited back onto the field. Minutes gone here at the Peter Mokaba Stadium, and still locked at 0-0. Pacing around Athazwane, not ever want to sit or take up his seat on the bench.
What do we say in Zulu? There she is the bench. Sometimes you look at, you think about it. What's the use of sitting? You're sitting in about another second, I'll be forced to stand up because something is going wrong in field or play. So rather just stand. Oh wait.
Polokwane City is a 1-0 win away from home earlier this season over AmaZulu. Was their first in 5 away matches against AmaZulu. Before that, they'd drawn 1 and lost 3 of the previous 4 matches away against AmaZulu. Pokes it back to Feelies. Allen. Pressure here. Polokwane City playing themselves into trouble, but they do well actually to escape under pressure. If they can register a win here, Polokwane City, it will be their first league double over any team in the Betway Premiership this season. While AmaZulu have only been beaten home and away by Mamelodi Sundowns. Neither one of these sides has done the double over the other. In other words, there's never been a team to win home and away in the same season. Between these two sides, there could be a chance here. Zabane! You can see the idea was a good one, going for that far post. But good defending from AmaZulu. Keegan Allen put his head where it hurts. Now it's opening up and down the left-hand side for X-Team. Again, being asked to do a bit of running, looking for support. In it comes a shot, it's just a wide. Nice counter-attack there from AmaZulu.
The player that ended up with the shot, but I guess that one falls into his weaker left foot. Remember, he operates a little to the wide right-hand side, but it was a decent shot, except for that it wasn't on target. This is the early attack by Polokwane.
This is Lamini. They can see he's going for that right hand. Yeah, it was Tariq Feelies.
Yeah. And
got the header away. Makolo there pulling the trigger on his left. Might well have it would have actually been better suited for the player to have a shot with the right boot and try and bend it towards the far post. But he went with it. Mapambole.
Mutuza again. I like his engagement. He hardly plays the ball forward aimlessly. He's always looking for support in and around that middle of the park to see if they can make or play progressively.
That's Adrian Juan Mutuza, formerly with Caps United. Mentioned that he nearly was due to sign for Black Leopards, but because Leopards had that FIFA ban, they couldn't sign him. So Leopards' loss became Polokwane City's gain, but at least they kept the player in the province, I suppose. There's a foul by Dlamini. A little body check there on Skali, who says he used the elbow.
But the foul was given to Dlamini instead, in favor.
Floated into the box there, away by Allen. Picked up by Spamandla Skali, who is making his full debut. In other words, first time he's in the starting lineup, a player promoted from a Diski squad. That's the reserve squad. Put him half as assistant there in your picture. It's Dominic Ramahopa. Just in case you thought all the Ramahopas were in politics, nope, there's one as a football coach. Free kick has gone the way of AmaZulu against Polokwane City, of given against Makogolo. Formerly with Atini Makogolo, formerly with JDR Stars. Matevula. Free kick goes against Philly. He's in a very dangerous position here. The referee explaining why he gave that decision, and it's a very good position here for Polokwane City as Ramabu brought down there by Hlangabeza.
And then
he fouled
Chikweta
as well.
Yeah.
Well, Philly's going through, as in, it was like a 2 men on Chikweta there. This is where a Ramabu would be fancied, not Matuludi would have fancied himself. He packs a powerful shot as Tabam Matuludi, not available today, of course, because of suspension. Polokwane City themselves were desperate to get back on winning ways. As I said, they lost to Pirates, though, ended a 9-game unbeaten run. And come into this one off the back of a hard-fought 0-0 draw against Skukuna United. Now, there's 3 men here who are all interested. Stepping away is at Kambala. We saw him have a fiery shot, powerful shot earlier. It looks like it will be Kambala. The way he's winding up. No, it's not! Oh, denied by the crossbar. Oh, that was superbly struck. I think it was Mutuza.
I think so.
That struck that one. Still alive for Polokwane City. Mapangule working it wide again. Also to clear their lines. Over the head of him. Now Mteto helps it away after it was missed by Phillies. Nigani. No Lewangaki for in defense for Polokwane City.
No.
Out injured.
Vundela also out injured. She's found a bit with the players that are out with injury.
The ball there from Kutumela asking Atini Makolo to do some running. It's gone for a corner. This is that free kick. Oh man, struck so well. Oh, keeper was beaten. All hands up here. But look at this from Mutuza.
But luckily, it doesn't bounce off the back of the keeper into the back of the net.
Yeah, because he had no idea where that ball was. It could easily have happened. Well struck by that man in your picture. Zimbabwean Adrian Mutuza.
I would hate to mention that it once happened to me. And I know how painful it is. You get attached to the ball and then it bounces off the crossbar and back into your back.
Nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing. You're off balance. In fact, you don't know anything around what's happening.
Corner, Hanamuba to the back post, punched away by Matebula. Now Polokwane City can break here now. They can go flying away. Mopangule stays down, but the move still going on. This is Chigweta. Ramavu. Ngwe. Floated in there. Oh, Mzimela didn't really get a hold or didn't catch it. Got hands to it, but didn't catch it. A nervous bit of goalkeeping there, nervy bit of goalkeeping from Oluwethu Mzimela, but AmaZulu on the break here. Hanamob, ex-team's ball. That is Kutumela. Sai Kutumela playing. Sai is of course how he's more known in his hometown, not too far from here, Mokopane.
Yeah, we've hardly seen much of him. Ball hardly reaches that attacking face of the attack for AmaZulu.
This is that fumble there by Mzimela. Lots of body, gets away with it. Good cover from his defenders. Another corner here. Second corner in quick succession for AmaZulu. That's a good-looking ball in. Phillies at the back post. They clear their lines though to Polokwane City. Catch from Matebula. That's a great ball out from Matebula. Great distribution from the keeper. Chigwete. Picked up by Motoza.
Talking about Matebula, he was given the opportunity to play and they grab it with both hands in the absence of Bura, who was injured when Matebula was considered into that position. And Bura's back, by the way, he's training, but since Matebula has been doing reasonably well, he's continued to hold that spot.
It's the Kenyan goalkeeper that William Shongwe is referring to, also known as Brian Okot. Nigani's ball over the top. Mapangule. Dlamini, nice intricate passing here by Polokwane City, and they've lost possession now. Just getting away there from Martini Makwawola, who's got a nice little burst of pace about him. He's very quick off the mark. From a standing start, he really cracks on the pace. Elsewhere, Stellenbosch have got the lead against Chippa United in the match on one of the other matches underway this afternoon. The other match, the other early kickoff match, we've got a late kickoff game where we'll be Kaizer Chiefs hosting Makesi, although that game is in Durban. Dlamini coming very deep. Switching play now, Polokwane City. Did well initially there, we had to bring it out the air there, did the Hatebe, but Polokwane City have it now, and a good header from Ramavubate. Good positioning from Oluwethu Mzimela. Made a good catch, but it was comfortable catch because he was well positioned. He's done an excellent job, this man, with Polokwane City.
I think in the meantime, a yellow card was issued to I think Zikali for that challenge. Yes.
I think that's for Hatev actually. That
oh yeah, but Kisturu was brilliant there because the advantage was Polokwane.
Against Hatev, that committed that foul. It's first yellow card of the game, then goes to Nkoskhona Hatev. Players taking the opportunity here for a drink while the player was being attended to. So I said it's started off as an overcast day, but now it's blazing hot since the sun broke through the clouds. There's Richard Ofori, who's deputizing reserve keeper today. That's the man who's been cautioned. Nkoskhona Hatev, the AmaZulu's Mr. Dependable this season, played every match. So a win here, in fact a point, will see AmaZulu go above Sekhukhune. 1 point above Sekhukhune into third place. But they will have played one more match than Sekhukhune. While for Polokwane City, if they can get 3 points, they could go into 5th place and displace Kaizer Chiefs, albeit could be only for a few hours, with Chiefs due to kick off later at 6 o'clock.
Better the point in the bag.
Absolutely. So yeah, opportunities for both these sides here. A full haul of points. AmaZulu can't go any higher than third. They are currently 13 points. As things stand, they would be 13 points behind Orlando Pirates. So I think it's safe to say that the top two and the 2 Champions League places are all but decided. I think the gap is just too big to the chasing pack with 10 games left. Well, after today for Polokwane City, after this game, it will be 9 matches left. And for Usutu, it will be 8 matches remaining.
Hey, it's a countdown, eh? Already.
Yeah, no, we're in the home stretch. Polokwane AmaZulu with 34 points. And in all of last season, which was only 28 games, which was always there'll be that asterisk on that last season. On the 2024-25 season, is that we ended the season with 15 teams who played only 28 matches. So they managed 35 points from 28 matches last season. And they're already 1 point shy of that after just 21 games. So already it's been an improvement on last season, which I think is all that management could ask from their coach. That's a bad challenge. I think there will be a card here. Yeah, no doubt. Pangule becomes the second player into the book. Rodney Pangule. Oh, sorry, it's Mfundo Mantosi,
the right full back.
Yeah, that means he's out of Polokwane City's next game. He misses Polokwane City's next game, which is away to TS Galaxy on the 7th of April. That will be after the international break. Polokwane City still enjoying a large share of the ball. Oh, this is good move here for AmaZulu's X-Teen, running into the box, but then running into trouble. Comes up against the big man, who's Mantosi operating at right back. Surprise. Polokwane edging the possession 54-46.
A little bit more composed, something that you don't get to see as often in this in the way that they're keeping the ball in that defensive line, just rotating it comfortably, looking for the right spaces. I know, beginning of the season, how Mvundlela came into the team was because of his ability to build from the back. Because the coach wanted to change that formation and style a bit. So, looks like it has catch on with a lot of the center backs.
Kambala with the ball out wide. Set Mantosi on the overlap, trying to play the same way they would normally play if Matuludi was operating down there. So getting forward there is that man in your picture who's slotted in at right back. Surprise Mantosi.
Can play as a central defender, but
yeah, he's got the physical attributes.
And Ramacha can both play as central defenders, but both as right backs as well. But they had to get to play because when Matuluti is available, nobody gets that opportunity.
Edwin Ramaja being the man who's come in for Mvundlela. Cross. Safety first there from Nikani, was it? The skipper?
Ramacha.
It was Ramaja instead. But with the throw to Sangabeza. Hadebe. Sangabeza. Keegan Allen. He's got a fair sprinkling. We've had a fair sprinkling of players named Keegan and played in the PSL. So clearly that man Kevin Keegan inspired a whole lot of not players, but their parents certainly. Think of that: Keegan Allen, Keegan Buchanan, Keegan Dolly.
Yeah, Kevin Keegan. Yeah.
Like it's like Keegan, the one that was at what is the Keegan that was the defender that was at Super Sport? Keegan Johannes.
Johannes at Sundowns now. With the Sundowns.
Kevin Keegan was one of England's all-time greats. This is Mapangule.
In the middle of reading his book, I know it was done a long time ago. I just happened to bounce onto it, and I thought, gee, it would be interesting just to find out what was it about the men. Very interesting.
Disappointing there. He's giving it away now. X-team. Sangabeza. Hanamut.
AmaZulu the same. Being able to rotate that ball in a safe space in the defensive third. Obviously, they're the away team here. You don't want to give that ball cheaply away where you can be countered against.
But also, as always, Polokwane are very well organized defensively. That's always been a feature of this Polokwane City side. They defend well. It's Makogolo there with a little ew moment. Nikani taking ball and man. We're hearing we'll have a minimum of 2 minutes added at the end of regular 45. Polokwane City unbeaten in 7 home games against AmaZulu. Hanamub to the back post, but Matebula with a comfortable and confident catch.
He's another that's not one of the biggest goalkeepers, but at times the flight of the ball so well. And I haven't seen him flopping when it comes to aerial presence or trying to deal with the high ball into the area.
And yeah, so we've got 2 goalkeepers here that are not physically the biggest. There's Mtetwa Thought about shepherding it behind for a goal kick, but does well instead to come away with it. Tehofatso Mabasa has made it 2-0 to Stellies against Chippa United. That is a brace for Tehofatso Mabasa, who's on loan to Stellies from Orlando Pirates. Stellies are a team revived under Gavin Hunt. Tell you what, enjoying his time back in the Cape is Gavin Hunt. That's where, of course, he learned his football, Gavin Hunt.
I hope he's not indulging in some of the benefits of being in Cape Town.
Of course he is. I'm sure he's playing a lot of golf, of course.
Yeah.
And just enjoying being back at the coast. That's where he started his coaching career with 7 Stars. And of course, that's where he played his football for Hellenic for many, many years.
Coached them a bit, Hellenic, and he got fired.
As one does. That's the one certainty for the football coach, is that you're going to get fired.
Guess who? Who fired him? His father-in-law.
Pachi Bird.
It's
Nothing personal, son.
nothing personal, son.
It's all business. His former father-in-law, his late father-in-law.
Yeah.
The great Pachi Bird, and he was an England international. Chance for Tariq Phillips, didn't quite connect. He's going to go for a throw-in near the corner flag. To the stoppage time then, the first minute of the minimum 2.
I think at some stage the tempo of the game did drop a bit. I guess maybe it was the sun, the impact of the sun. Let's see if there's enough time for them to pick it up.
Well, it won't be now. It is back underway. They are in the orange strip. AmaZulu in green attacking the goals the second half to the left of your picture as you watch things. Yeah, let's get your thoughts then on what would have been the discussions in the 2 dressing rooms at the break.
First, my opinion in general, if anything's to go by what we saw in the first half, certainly it looks very bleak if we're going to get a goal. But with the discussion that will have gone into that dressing room between the 2 coaches, I think for Polokwane City, yes, they made the necessary entries, but it is the final ball into the box or into the attacker that hasn't quite worked well. Chikweta, I think was pretty much on point in a few, but you can see he's still looking a bit shy. He hasn't quite opened up to what he's capable of. So maybe that's the one thing that hasn't worked in the forward movement for Polokwane City. AmaZulu have found it very hard to create anything that might look as a chance at the moment.
Yeah, but they could be under pressure again here. Ramavu trying to get around Rahana Muba. He does very well to shield the ball. If you weren't with us at the start of the game, and no changes to the lineups, but I can tell you that AmaZulu or Polokwane City had made 3 changes from a side that drew 0-0 with Skukune in their last Betway Premiership outing, bringing in Mfundo, or rather Surprise Mantosi, and down as the playing at right back in place of the suspended Tabang Matuludi. They also in defense brought in Edwin Ramaja, the centre back, to replace the injured Mpomvundlela. While the other change was in midfield, Adrian Mutudza making his second appearance, the Zimbabwean. As for AmaZulu, they made just a solitary change, bringing on Pamandla Skali in midfield there to replace Langelihle Mhlongo.
Nice rotation of the ball in defense for AmaZulu, but they're not making. I think that's one of the challenges that they're having. Yes, they're keeping a decent amount of ball possession, but they're not progressing it into where it can hurt Polokwane City. Very comfortable in defense is Polokwane City. So let's see if anything has changed from what we saw in that first half. Makokolo looking a bit central for AmaZulu. Is that a change that might bring progress? I'm not too sure. Maybe a little bit behind.
That yeah, just a little shoulder charge, and well, it just nudged him out of play, and he's claiming it was a body check by Sangabeza, and geez, it was a hard landing for Mapangule, for Mantosi, because he lands there on the, and then ends up on the track, on the tartan track. Was that the foul? I mean, that little shoulder charge, is that? It's a contact sport. I mean, it was a bit of a shoulder charge, a bit naughty, but
proximity of the ball. If the ball is
he's
like
not
within
protecting
reach,
the ball, so it was a foul. Yeah.
It's an independent check-in.
So it's a free kick in a promising position. It's Mukibelo Ramabu. He's lining it up. The referee stops it because he's seeing a lot of pushing and shoving in the box there. Wants to get a hold of it. He wants words with who does he want to talk to here? Keegan Allen and who else is he? What is? Oh, he's laying down the law in general.
Listen, you can do as much as you want.
They're gonna keep doing it.
A whole lot of exchanges of handbags is going to happen anyway. That's how it's done in that box for the most part.
In it comes. AmaZulu get it away comfortably. Now hoofed upfield by Atini Makogolo, but there's no one upfield in a green shirt. Now it comes to Hendrik Pule Ekstein, switching play. Finding Kutumela operating very wide down that right-hand side. AmaZulu still missing. Of course, missing Ongwenya. We spoke about it. Oh! The man in pink goes flying through the air. Went for the spectacular catch.
I think it was necessary.
You think it was? Let's
No.
see. Yeah, he had to dive with that one. It will look great. I'm sure the photographers got that from behind.
Obviously, I can review it and say he could have taken one step and made a better catch than having to dive. He dived from a standing position. That made it look very spectacular.
Ekstein. I was saying that been a bit blunt up front, AmaZulu, but it's when you're missing Ngwenya, that's a big loss for them. The Zimbabwean, who's turned out to be a real find for Lesotho. Unfortunately, he is out with what sounds like a very serious foot injury, which might have ended the season for him. Has missed the last 5 matches, including today. Manju, he had also gone, before getting injured, he had gone some time without a goal. His last goal was in a 3-2 win over TS Galaxy in January. Good pressure from Hanamub, AmaZulu's captain. Good work, Ramabu, to get a cross in there. Tetwa gets it away. Foul on the youngster Spamandla Zkali, making his full debut. Made his first appearance for the senior team. Here he is. Made a first appearance in the senior team against Durban City.
Yeah, it's not happening on the offensive part for AmaZulu. They lose track, and also I feel like I guess in trying to keep the structure in that middle, they dropping too far back. Extent for one hasn't been threatening too much up front. I mentioned Kutumela is hardly on the ball. He's the man that maybe can play with his back to goal, where he can be used as a point of reference. That is not happening. So there's just not enough activity happening in the offensive part of the field for AmaZulu.
As we approach the hour mark at Peter Mokaba Stadium, maybe then William Shongwe, it's an opportune time to have a look at the options available on the bench, although yeah, it's about 8 minutes to go to the hour mark when coaches normally start looking at the changes. In terms of options on the bench from an attacking point of view, they've got Raymond Daniels.
Yeah, I think that's and Morema is another that is always available in and around that 70th, 8 minutes to come in.
It's for Polokwane City, yeah. But from an what about an AmaZulu point of view, in terms of attacking options, not a lot available.
Matloko. Tapelo, that is.
Matloko, yeah, Tapelo Matloko, yeah.
Yeah, he will be with Kruger in the first division. Will be a good option for AmaZulu to be able to be given an opportunity.
Came off the bench in their last game against Richards Bay.
Mashigo, of course, is another one who's been a regular in the offensive part of the field.
Man down there looking in a bit of pain is Rama Abu.
I don't think there was even a whistle blown for that.
Nope. And he looks in some distress. Maybe that's why Puti Mahafe is off his bench there.
Definitely contact made by Pule.
They haven't stopped singing and trying to encourage their team. This is not a fixture that has produced many goals in the past. Of those 15 matches previously played between these two sides, only one match has been won by more than a single goal margin. And a 2-0 win being the biggest winning margin in this fixture. And so they've always been tightly contested games. AmaZulu won 2-0 when they faced each other in the 2014-15 season, but for that, well, since then it's been like 1-0s or 3-2s. So the highest scoring was a 3-2. So it's not a game, a fixture full of goals. Very deep there to the back post, and Mzimela will go and lets it go out of play. As it's in fact Hlangabeza was down, but is back on his feet. Goal kick. AmaZulu have kept 7 clean sheets against Polokwane City in the past. 4 of those have come in the goalless draws. And both for Polokwane City's part, they've kept 6 clean sheets in matches against AmaZulu, 4 of which also came in those in the scoreless draws. And they've kept 3 of those clean sheets at home. Faswani showing he's still got the old touch. It's become a thing in football there, William Shongwe, where the coaches like to show off when the ball comes out of play and ends up in their space. Always want to show that they can get a killer first touch. You don't want to get it wrong, because then you become a social media meme. Ask Leroy Rosinha, the coach of Chelsea in the Premier League. He became a bit of a meme when he couldn't fail to control a ball.
But when he gets it right, it looks beautiful.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
applaudable.
That's why it's become a thing.
Yeah.
Surprise Mantosi. The long throw. Is that a corner? And
Yes.
one of the shortest men in that box got the header. Is Kali. Shows you don't have to be the tallest player to win headers. It's about timing, as Fabio Cannavaro used to say, the former Italy's World Cup winning captain from 2006. Was a fairly short centre back, but said it's all about timing. And the flighting off that goes wide, and it's a corner. It's a corner against AmaZulu. Kutmana saying that didn't come off me. It's been popping up in unfamiliar areas as Kutumena.
I guess the lack of engagement, the lack of activity in the higher place in the field. So bit by bit he's dropping to see if he can get himself a job.
I wonder whether his family made the short trip from Polokwane to come and see him play. And then he's having a very quiet game.
I saw somebody wearing a Kutumela jersey in the stands.
Well, there you go. It's probably a family member.
Must have been the time, because it's a bit of yellow and blue in it. Could have been when he was still with the Mamelodi Sundowns.
Oh, okay. Going deep again, and Manuel Kambala getting up, but didn't get a touch on it. That's must have come off an AmaZulu player, because it's a Polokwane City throw. AmaZulu once again being pinned back in their own half here.
Charlie Ball has stayed here for the last 5 minutes.
Unable to get out.
Yeah. And it has resulted in 2 back-to-back corners.
Tarek Phillips, the big man in defense there now. Mantosi winding himself up for another big one.
Another corner.
Pressure being applied here by the home side. And it's you can see the wind there. It's also picked up somewhat. Look at the corner flag and how it's leaning. That's how the wind is picked up, and it's in the backs of Polokwane City. Ramabu. It's not been cleared here, and a miscue. Skews off the side of the boot there from Dlamini.
Well, it looks like a build-up of a very promising attack, and once it was cleared by AmaZulu, I thought here's a great moment from the volley, but just
skewed off the side of the boot. He knows there was a chance in a game that hasn't produced many chances. Well, time to make somebody happy. The goals are not coming. But it's a Polokwane City that is happy. The man there in your picture with the big sombrero and the glasses is our winner with Betway this afternoon. 10,000 Rand. Easy 10,000 Rand. And because his name is Bohlali, he also made sure that he's got an active Betway account, so he wins 20,000 Rand. Well done to Bohlali Ramohali. 20,000 Rand richer. It pays to come watch a game at the venue. Here is Dlamini. Oh, they could fall at the back post there, but it's managed to just scramble it away to AmaZulu, but it's going to come straight back at them. This is a real period of sustained pressure from Polokwane City, and Ramabu trying to improvise there, cushion the volley, hit it first time, but it goes wide from Mukibelo Ramabu.
Just trying to imagine if he was on target, because the goalkeeper seemed to slip as he start off to try and make a save out of it. Dangerous game that the goalkeeper is playing, trying to play out under so much pressure.
And they are under a heap of pressure. Really just inviting more trouble. Ramabu there with that snapshot. If he had put that on target, he would have found goal number 4 of the season. Ramabu got 3 all of last season. He's already matched that in 3. He scored 3 in 24 matches in the last campaign. Wonder what Thazwane is contemplating in terms of changes. In discussion there with Sibone so Vlagazi.
But sometimes it's not necessarily the attack that is lacking. For me, it's the midfield that is not making enough progress to where they can make sense of some of the build-ups that they've come up with. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a shuffle right in the center of the midfield, a bit more on the front foot, because they seem to be sitting a bit more. And playing that way, you're going to end up with the whole 90 minutes not being able to take a single shot.
AmaZulu are winless in 5 matches against Limpopo sides this season. Polokwane City have faced KZN sides in 5 matches. They won 2, drawn 2, and lost just a single match. Nice turn. Extine is fouled, is he not? No. Referee says play on. Edwin Ramaja was the player in contact there as Hlangabeza is fouled. Thought he should have had well, they got the free kick. No, didn't get a free kick, didn't get a foul for that. It's weird.
I thought initially maybe the defender got to the ball first or something, but clearly he didn't make any contact with the ball. But instead he made it with Exton.
They've got there's changes now being prepared by AmaZulu. They're looking to make a double change. Oh boy, Zakali is the player who fouled Mapangule.
He's got a bite about him, eh?
Small man, but doesn't shy out. Ay, that's a dangerous one though. Starts up.
Yes, starts up.
Starts up, dangerous challenge. I suspect he will be booked for that one.
I don't see it any other way.
The referee is attending to Mapangule first, making sure the player is safe, and then you'll deal with the culprit in a moment. So yeah, it's just Lesotho supporters there. They don't look particularly enthused by what they're watching out there.
Let me tell you, you've got to be a serious supporter to really get excited about what we see. Yeah, there's not, like I say,
there's been a lot of, as the cliche goes, a lot of perspiration, but not enough inspiration.
Well said.
There's a triple change coming for AmaZulu, and I think the game needs new ideas. Especially from the AmaZulu point of view, they need new creative ideas as Ramabu floats one into the box. Cleared away. seemed like a late challenge there. The referee wins play on and then gets a shot in, but rising all the time there from Mapangule. Couldn't keep his shot down, in Damlelo Mapangule, who is yet to score this season. In fact, he's only got one goal, Mapangule, since making his debut in 2023 for Polokwane City. Thabiso Kutumela's frustrating afternoon has come to an end. So comes a very experienced Zungu. I know the players included, he can add also a bit of steel in midfield and allow them to control the game. So we'll talk to you through the three changes in a moment and get, in fact, let's do that now and get your thoughts on the change and the changes, William Shongwe. Magogolo, Kutumela, and make sure the third player who went off was Atini Magogolo, Kutumela, and also Sianda Sangabeza. Those are the three players that have been pulled off.
Clearly, the challenge that they're having is the offensive part. We spoke about that, but I still felt like, you know, the midfielder's got to do a little bit more. You bring in Zungu, who has an eye for a pass forward, and whether he would be given the opportunity to do that is another question. But right now, I feel like, yes, fresh legs, of course, for those that were introduced in the offensive part, because to run for the amount of running that they've done without really contributing can be disheartening as well for players like Kutumela. So freshen it up a bit and see if the energy will make a difference.
And we are in to the 70th minute of the game, so just over 20 minutes remaining in the game. First, there's a touch there for Stole. Andy Stole has been replaced. He's a right winger, 23-year-old. This guy, he's had a good game. He's been involved in everything. Attack, defense. Did he get booked, by the way, for that challenge on that we saw? He didn't.
I didn't
on
see.
Mapangule.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gee, that's a big luck, yeah.
And that was a meaty challenge. Went in with starts up. Incredible that he got away with that challenge. It really looked bad. I don't know if the referee took the view that it was, because also Mapangule also went off his feet, was maybe felt the referee felt it was 6 of the one, half dozen of the other, but they gave the foul anyway to give the free kick to Polokwane as Ramabu overhits that one. Polokwane City preparing changes of their own. Pulling Marema is one of them. And the other player being prepared is Raymond Daniels, as they look for some goals up front, or at least for someone to find a goal as we edge the minutes tick away here. Was 16 there being caught. Those boots, these modern boots don't offer much protection when someone steps on you. Made of a very light materials to allow them to run. There's H. Kutumela there. Don't know who H. Kutumela is. I know a T.S. Kutumela. So the Polokwane changes are still standing by. Marema will be first to come on, and he will replace Mutudza. I wonder whether Mutudza's run out of gas a little bit. Can't imagine. Hasn't had much game time. So
Yes.
So he goes off. One midfielder goes off, and then the other player will be coming on. Raymond Daniels, an attacker. Vule Marema is the club captain, so he takes over the armband. Vule Marema coming in for his 15th appearance of the season, just a 1 goal for him. Scored once in 17 appearances last season. He's only got 1 goal, but he's got 4 goal involvements. He's got 3 assists to his name, Vule Marema, this season. Now, let's see what Usutu can do from a set piece here. Met at the near post, comfortably away by Kambala. Eckstein. Zungu laying it back to Hanamobo. All the way back to Olwe to Mzimel. Foul there. It's I think it's Matloko.
Yeah.
Tabela Matloko, who fouled, making a 4th appearance this season. Matloko. Matloko, as you were mentioning there, William Shongwe, a little earlier that he was signed from JDR Stars. Is Atini Magowalo is another who was signed from JDR Stars when the player who was pulled off. Now, Khatebe there being matched pace step for step, stride for stride there by Nkwe. Did excellent work in Nkwe. Such a brilliant player is Nkwe, and such a consistent performer. Wonder how much longer Polokwane City will be able to hold on to him.
We missed him last season.
Yeah, I was out for
halfway.
Yeah.
And the fortunes did deteriorate after his absence.
They lost both Nkwe and Matuludi at a time last season to injury.
Yeah.
So there are 2 wing backs who are such assets going forward and in defense. They are equally adept at both. This game has not produced a lot for the crowd to enthuse about. AmaZulu with only 3 shots on target, or rather 1 shot on target, and Polokwane with 3. For the amount of possession that Polokwane City have had, I think they'll be slightly disappointed with that. But I think from a AmaZulu point of view, it's an accurate reflection of what we've seen from them in this game. Especially in the second half, they've been pinned back in their own half for large periods. Can't remember the last time Matebula touched the ball in goal there for Polokwane City. There is Matloko. We'll be hoping that he can be the bringer of Matloko. for Polokwane City. This is a game. Are we headed for an fifth 0-0 draw in 16 meetings between these two sides? 7 draws have been in total. And this one is looking like another one. Polokwane City have drawn 6 home matches this season. Now wide on the right-hand side. Can they get a proper cross in there? Matloko was waiting in the middle.
The decision to come early for AmaZulu might just work in their favor. Remember, they come from the coastal area where the altitude is a lot higher, and here the altitude is a bit thin. So normally teams that comes from the coastal areas, they struggle towards the end. So this is where maybe that might have been an ace up their sleeve, that they can continue to sustain that element of pressure to stay in the game longer.
AmaZulu have yet to score in matches against KZN sides. In fact, a bigger partner could be a chance here. What a chance and what a challenge! Dlamini wanted too much time on the ball, and Mtetwa did an excellent job. Dlamini wanted way too much time.
You gotta give it to the goalkeeper as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who came, might have been a little late, but put his body, made himself big. It's onside because AmaZulu defenders were thinking that maybe he's offside. He got the ball through, he got the shot through. Oh, what a pass. Defense splitting pass. It was. Tetwa looks on the side, flag is down. It's up to Mzimela.
Was that in Nkwe with the pass? That's about as close as they've come. AmaZulu in this second half. Polokwane City.
Decent chance.
Very good chance that was, but I think Dlamini just dilly-dallied too much. There he is again, attacking the ball. The cross, here he is. Combining with Marema. This is Marema. That's a low poor ball from Kambala. Polokwane City, we here are going to make a change. Sebonga Mashinini is standing by. Mashinini is a winger. Mzimela then, who is yet to keep a clean sheet this season. It's only 3 games that he's appeared in, Mzimela, and he had yet to concede a goal, or rather yet to keep a clean sheet. 10 minutes remaining for one of these two sides to try and find a winner. It's still 2-0 to Stellenbosch FC against Chippa United down in Stellies. Don't forget, following this game, Chiefs take on Makesi. It's a Kaizer Chiefs home game, but it's being played in Durban. So here comes the change in. Siabonga Mashinini will be the player to come on here for Polokwane City. Putimahafe plays yet another card. Mashinini comes on for his 8th appearance of the season. He had to score, and he's going to replace Ramavu. Your thoughts on the change then, William?
Honestly, I felt like Ramavu has been on the money. And I guess for a coach, you're looking at the time remaining and you say, maybe it's a question of bringing fresh legs, a bit of a spring on the front foot, because Ramavu has been brilliant. I felt his contribution has always been in and around that of a player that has intentions to score. So let's freshen it up in the attack.
As we await the first goal here, Chippa United have pulled one back against Steli, so that's going to set up a bit of a frantic finish there. They've still got 8 minutes to play in that one. Shinini it was a straight swap, then will go slot it into the position that was vacated by Ramabu, wide on the right hand side. Snotolo Kwaiba is the player who's pulled one back for Chippa. Cutting inside here now. As man who's just come on, Raymond Dennison, well, not just come on, but
conditioning always comes very important in such times, depending on the team that seems to be the staying power in a game of this nature. I mentioned AmaZulu's challenges of traveling, but they arrived on Thursday, so that shouldn't be a big issue for them.
As things stand then, in terms of the standings, AmaZulu will move up the table if it stays this way. And Polokwane City, for their part, will stay in 7th position. Yeah. So it's best possible outcome here for AmaZulu. I guess they'll be the big winners out of this one.
Point away from home, and there's a positional change as well.
Yes, and they move up the team, point away from home, and it moves them up the table. So it's a very good draw for them. Ball, square ball in here. So AmaZulu will avoid. The last time these two played out a 0-0 draw was in April 2024. That was in AmaZulu were the home team then. Their last visit here in the league, AmaZulu lost 2-1. Now time is running out though. Under 5 minutes left. There's a ball! Oh, AmaZulu have it! Dropped the ball and smash and grab! Matloko gets his first in his 4th appearance for Usutu. And he makes a breakthrough. Oh dear, what a howler from Lindomo Matebula, who's hardly had anything to do, especially in the second half.
My worry, of course, was will they have enough energy to be able to continue the fight? You know, when the game drags to this level and you're a visiting team and you have a point in the bag, you tend to hold back. But the Hanamut was brilliant. Still had the energy. He picks up the ball here. He pings that ball beautifully. And the Matloko there, he just gets a toe pop of the ball past the goalkeeper.
Just gets the slightest of touches and steers it past her. Matebula, could he have done better? It comes off his body. So I don't know what happened. The Matluku will be grateful though. That's only the second shot on target for Usutu. And they score. Oh, wow. That changes the equation here. But then still AmaZulu won't go higher than third place. But they certainly are moving into third place as things stand. Courtesy of Tapelo Matluku. And what a time to score a goal. Your first of it for your club. Remarkable stuff.
You can check it back where this move starts from. It's the youngster, Azikali, who actually doesn't quite put the pass successful. I mean, he slips in the process, but the ball goes through. And that's where the turn of events comes from.
6 years, I remind you, 6 years it's been since they have beaten Polokwane City in a Betway Premiership match away from home. You have to go back to February 2020. Can they hold on though? Because their job is not done yet.
No.
Polokwane, or rather AmaZulu, are preparing a change. They are about to bring on Liam Byrne,
who's also just returned from injury.
Liam Byrne, as you say, formally. Let's have a look at this now from Dlamini. Polokwane City needs something and they needed it quickly. We're hearing AmaZulu are gonna make a double change now. Just empty the bench. Then Mantosi's ball in. Headed away by Hanamub. And the other player who being prepared by AmaZulu is Gustavo Lopez.
He's a defender, Brazilian.
Yeah, they're gonna close shop.
Siding from Ferroviário in Mozambique. Ferroviário de Beira.
Ferroviário de Beira. There's a number of teams called
Ferroviário, yeah.
Ferroviário there.
There's one in Maputo and then in Beira.
So here they come then and their double change. Liam Byrne, formerly with Cape Town Spurs.
Yeah, he takes the place of Zikali in that middle.
Byrne replaces Zikali. Great game that Zikali had. And Liam Byrne comes in for his 9th appearance of the season. The other player went off, by the way, for AmaZulu is Nkoskona Khatebe, replaced by Gustavo Lopez. Polokwane City are also going to make a change. Sabelo Mota is standing by. And Dlamini, we hear, is a player that will depart.
And a change to the formation for AmaZulu. They're back with a back four now, instead of the three that they started with.
With the introduction of Lopez,
yeah,
a Brazilian making only his 3rd appearance for Lesotho. One of the recent signings for Lesotho in the January window is Lopez. Is the referee going to allow the change now? Yes, he is. So Dlamini is gone off, and replaced by Sabelo Mota. And we are now into the third minute of a minimum 4 to be added on. So AmaZulu are almost there. That Binga there is having a very good time. Hey, he's going to need that towel at the end of this game. He's going to need it to wipe off the sweat. He's enjoyed himself. Should have given him the 20K. Fouled by Byrne.
Looks like it's in favor of Ben.
Oh, in favor of Ben. Huh? That's odd.
Bit weird.
Strange call.
Handball.
Yeah, okay, that explains it. Fatima Hafe staring at defeat here. That will be only their second defeat at home for Polokwane City. Time is running out for Polokwane City to rescue this one. AmaZulu, who won here in the cup, are about to repeat that feat. The only other team to win at this ground were Orlando Pirates. And that wasn't too long ago. It was recently, at the beginning of March. A 2-1 win for the Buccaneers. And Apazwani is a matter of minutes away from picking up a rare win for Usutu in this and on this ground. Is that it? It is indeed. Christopher Christo blows this match to an end.